We've got to be savvy as students. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my tips for saving and making money as a student. Now I do want to emphasise from the start that all of these methods are tried and tested things by me and things I do regularly to help me through uni. So if you are currently sitting there with about £5 left of your student loan to last you the summer, then I feel you and you are definitely watching the right video. So I'm going to start off with ways that you can make money as a student. As a student, the first thing I would advise doing is looking at what scholarships, grants and bursaries are available to you. Before I started uni I thought, oh, I haven't got 3 A stars, I'm not on a really low income so I won't qualify for anything. In fact, this is not the case. I actually have a scholarship at the moment through my university. To qualify for that, I had to get 3 Bs at A level and an A or an A star on my EPQ, which I think for most people is pretty reasonable. So although a lot of scholarships will be means tested or will go by really high grades, I'm sure that a lot of other unis will have reasonable ones like this as well, so make sure to check your uni website for those. However, as well as your uni website, make sure to check the web as well. There are some really good websites, for example, Turn to Us. This website will tell you what grants and bursaries you can apply for. The second thing which I do often to make a bit of money is to swap bank accounts. Now I know this sounds really complicated, it's actually really simple. A lot of current account providers will offer perks for signing up with them, so with just a little bit of research on Google you can make some money from this. Student accounts are notorious for offering extras, for example a free rail card or sometimes even cold hard cash. However, I would actually advise to not get a student account. Now, as controversial as this might sound, you might not need an overdraft as a student. It's a really common misconception, I think, that people always assume students will need an overdraft, but this really isn't always the case. And I just want to say that please don't think that's coming from someone who gets loads of money sent to them from their parents. I get the smallest student loan and then I am self-sufficient through uni and I still don't need an overdraft because of the way I budget and manage my money, which I will be doing a video on very shortly, so watch out for that. Bearing that information in mind, I did actually start off uni with a student account and I've recently earned £175 from switching from my student account to an ordinary current account. So consider whether you definitely need an overdraft and then look at the incentives that banks are offering both for student accounts and for ordinary current accounts. Weigh up which is the biggest offer and sign up. The majority of banks now will offer the current account switch guarantee, which means that you basically don't have to do anything. I signed up all online for my current account that I have at the moment. Everything else was done for me. All my direct debits were automatically put over to my new account and it was just really easy and I literally earned £175 from doing it. Then if anyone tried to pay money into my old account, they would get a message with my new current account details as well. If you do decide that you definitely need that student overdraft, then I would advise looking on the Money Saving Expert to compare the different current accounts and the incentives that they are offering. But don't do this too early like I did in my first year. I missed out on earning £100 because I signed up to the bank too early and because I was looking at the incentives for the year before rather than the year that I was going. Now, anyone who knows me will say that I am literally obsessed by Depop. I use it to buy and sell, but if you have some old clothes, shoes, tech, books, anything like that, you can make some really good money from selling on Depop. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail about how I buy and sell on Depop in this video because I will be doing a video on that later on. But for now, make a free account, start taking photos of your items and get them uploaded to Depop. I now only use the money that I have earned from Depop to buy new clothes, so that shows how much I am making from Depop. If you are a student going into your first year and you are staying on campus, then you are in the perfect position to earn a bit of extra money by showing up your uni room. In your first few weeks, make sure to watch out for emails from your university asking whether you want to be an accommodation representative. This title could vary from other unis, but this is what it was called at UEA. Within our first few weeks, me and a few other girls from my flat signed up to be accommodation representatives, and I am not gonna lie, it was really easy money. As long as you don't mind speaking to people and you don't mind just giving up a little bit of your day, then you can really top up your income really well from doing this. At UEA, they pay a really decent wage, much higher than a lot of companies around the area, so it was a really good way of making money. Hello, say hello. You can stay there. Okay, next way of making money is by tutoring. Now admittedly, tutoring is not something which I do while I'm at uni, but I did do during my gap year. Having said this, I have heard of a lot of students doing it through uni and making decent money from it, so it's something to definitely consider. There are loads of websites which can help you set up your business, for example Tutorful online, but it's also possible just to do it through your own social media, through your own self-promotion as well. So it can be really easy to do. If you only tutor one person a week, that could be an extra £20 a week, which is pretty good. Now the last thing that I do, and I know this won't apply to everyone, but if you have any musical talent at all, then please consider busking. I know when you've walked around the streets and you've looked in a busker's guitar case, you've probably felt a bit sorry for them, thought there's not much money in there. In reality, I can promise there is more money in there than you think. The weather for my whole first year at uni has just been horrendous, so I haven't had the chance to busk at uni, but I used to do it with a friend and we could earn anything from £30 to £70 for about an hour and a half's work. The only thing you need to do is to check with the local council whether there are any restrictions for busking in that area. But once you've done this, you are good to go and you could really earn a small fortune. Okay, so let's move on to ways that you can save money as a student. And by save, I mean to get a discount. So the first thing is student discount. Now it's pretty well known that students will get student discount on a lot of websites and in a lot of stores. But even though I know this, I am guilty for forgetting all the time about student discount. The most popular websites for getting student discount are Student Beans and Uni Days. But don't forget you can also use these as a sixth form student as well as a uni student. All you need is your institution email address, which you should have if you're a student, so it's really quick and easy to sign up for these. If you've watched any of my other videos, then it's very likely you have heard me talk about TopCashback. Now I was so skeptical of TopCashback before I tried it, but I have saved literally a small fortune, nearly £200 in just over a year I think, which is just insane. Even if you're not a student watching this video, absolutely anyone can use TopCashback. It is literally free to use and it just gives you money off of stuff that you are buying already. It's so quick and easy to make an account, but just watch out because when you first sign up, you will be added as a plus member rather than a standard. This just means that TopCashback will take £5 out of your annual cashback to be a plus member, but you also get higher rates of cashback. So for some people it works out better. I am just a standard member and that works well enough for me. But if you go into settings, it's really easy just to downgrade to being a standard member as well. Your cashback will first be pending and then will be confirmed and then will be payable. This process can literally take up to 8 weeks or longer, so don't worry if it's taking a while. But the money then accumulates in your account and you can take it out as a bank transfer or on a gift card. If you take it out on a gift card, this will often give you an even higher rate as well. Next way to save yourself some money is by healthcare savings. Yes, this is still a UK student talking. I know we have the NHS, but in the UK there are other things we still have to pay for, such as eye tests, glasses, and so many people are unaware that if you're on a low income then you can get help with these healthcare costs as well. You can use a HC2 form which will give you full help with healthcare costs, which includes eye tests, dentists, travel to appointments, prescriptions, anything like that. So I think the criteria is you have to have less than £16,000 in savings and then just to generally be on a low income. So make sure to check that out if you're a student. And the last thing, and I know that not all students have jobs, but a lot of students will. If you do, then just make sure to use your employee discount if you get that. So for example, I work in the NHS in my holidays from university, and so I have a blue light card where I'm entitled to NHS discount, and I forget to use it all the time. But when I do need to buy something, I usually check whether TopCashback or my blue light card have a higher rate of discount, because we've got to be savvy as students. Now of course none of these things would be enough to solely get me through uni, but they genuinely make such a difference to my income. I hope that this video has been useful, and as always, if it has been useful to you, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give it a big thumbs up.